Hi, this is Sylvain at MDXONE. I'm here today to talk a little bit more about the MDXONE snowboard and ski harness. MDXONE, it's a nice little backpack and for the kids, for the child, and a retractable leash for the instructor with some bungee cords at the end of the leash. The backpack is a nice 5-point harness. So basically, like, you have like attaches some clips at the chest. You have some on the waist, and you also have like an optional removable seat harness for the little one. This is a system that can be used like from 2 years old all the way until like you're 6 or 7 years old, depending on the size. So basically, like once like they outgrow and they don't need the removable seat harness, you can just like remove it just like this and put like this little piece here back in the elastic pouch, so there's nothing dangling, and then it makes a nice little backpack. The MDXONE was designed like for snowboarding, but don't get me wrong, it works like a charm for skiing. Why snowboarding is just like you have a little bit more attachment point to work on different things when you go down the hill and teach your child how to snowboard. So basically, like the first one would be like the Y connection, like we have set up here. So the Y connection, this is like when like your kids like are starting. So basically, like they attach on each side of the hips. It's just like when like you pull on the left or pull on the right, it's gonna like move their hips back and forth. So it's gonna guide them how to do the turns at the end. So the bungees, like when you press on the stop button, it's gonna reduce and eliminate the jarring effect. So like when you press on the stop button, it's gonna be a nice and smooth stop, and it's not gonna jar them back. If you want like to practice like toe side, one thing you can do is you can just like flip. You can just like flip like the bungees over the head and under their arms, and like this, like you can practice going like toe side. So it's very nice and easy. For skiing, like what you can do is like if you flip them like this under their armpits, you'll be able like to tow your kids like from the bottom of the hill all the way to the left. The other connection you can do like for snowboarding is you can attach like both clips at the end of one hip like this, so you can just like practice going like straight downhill. So like this, like they're not gonna go like they're just gonna go straight down, and you're gonna be able like to slow them down if they go too fast. Or you can also like just walk toward them, not walk toward them, like ride toward them and give them a little push as well. The leash is really awesome because like basically like the only thing you have to do is you just have to press on the button when you want like to make them stop. So you want to try to let them go on their own as much as possible, and you just press on the button when you see that they're gonna fall or if they go too fast. So there's no lock mechanism, just like a stop button, and that's how like you really control. Like the O-ring connection, like you're still gonna have like some input under turns, but not as much as when you're using the Y connection on each side of the hips. So basically, like this connection here is like when like your kids like start to make like their own turns, and you want like to, let's say, like step it up a little bit and go in more difficult terrain, then like pop the leash out, put it on a Y connection, and try to make them do their own turns. Like if you go like in the trees and things like that, like what you want to do is like still have like a good control, speed control on them. So that's when like you use like this here. You can also like use this like when you start hitting like some little obstacle in the terrain park, like little rails or little jump. Speed is key, so it's always good like to have like an extra something like to make sure like like they don't go too fast or they don't go too slow and they wipe out. The handles like are very nice, especially like when you go on and off the chairlift. You can grab like any of them, like the one in the middle of the back or at the top, doesn't matter. But like you see, like it's very easy, like you just like grab them. So like if they fall, just like grab like the leash and just up and put them back on their feet, and you go. So I hope like you like this little presentation. Thank you for listening, and I hope to see you on the slopes. Thanks a lot, guys.